Hey guys, and welcome to Farm Simulator 2017 with Coldborough Park Farm. Back to the farm. So we've got the Fiat on here. How can I not? You guys know I like my crawler tractors. Yesterday was a bit of a jokey thing with the whole Thomas Tank Engine reference. I still see it when I look at it. And as I said during that, when I showed it to Rainbow Dave and Bullet Bill turns around and goes, "You're a child." And Dave just, well, damn near fell off his chair. So let's jump onto it. Get it fired up. And yeah, I did drive it down here. Completely unrealistic, I know, but I kind of like driving these things too. They're pretty neat. So we got the Converland, is it? Yeah, the Converland cultivator on it. I suddenly had a thought. I put the Massey one on Sandy Bay. This is probably better for it. So we may end up swapping it over. It kind of fits it. I want to get a plough, hopefully a reversible plough. I do know of one that's a 2-furrow, but it tends to, if a machine is low, like this is, it catches on the ground every 5 seconds. But we'll give it a go. That field there needs cultivating. We've got the Massey going with the plough. Field 4, I believe, is seeded. If it's not seeded, we can actually go in there and cultivate it and work this thing for a bit. I'm really wanting to see what it can do. If not, I'm going to put it on course play and let it run in that field. Yeah, course play, I know. How could I? It's literally so I can see how this thing performs. Alright, we'll just hop through here. It does kind of look cultivated, doesn't it? Yeah, it's been cultivated. Son of a... this one hasn't, though. Alrighty, so field 3 hasn't field 2, so we may just jump up into field 2. Field 5 is seeded. Field 6 we were spraying. You can kind of see the sprayer down there if I jump over the hedge. So we'll deal with that. So we'll just run it through this field. Won't do the field 2. Field 2 is a little bit big for it, I think. But I highly recommend any of you guys check this thing out. Seriously, check this out. I don't think I'd be saying this about those guys, but the creators of it, they've done a bloody good job. They really have. So we'll just come up through here. And as I said yesterday, most of you know, any of you that have been on the channel for a few years now. Now, I know there's a lot of people that say, "I've been here from the very beginning," this and that and so on. There's only a handful that I recognize. I know the names of a few of them when I see them come into the channel. That when they say, "I've been here from the beginning," they pretty much are. Or they pretty much have. So, anyone that's been around for that long, yeah, you know I love these things. The crawler tractors, they're just different, aren't they? There's something that, yeah, we see the big challenges and stuff like that nowadays. But the old classic tracked Marshalls and stuff like that, the old Caterpillar, the proper cat crawler tractors, not bulldozers, crawler tractors, isn't there just something different about them? Unique? That's why I like them personally. Alright, so let's see how it'll work. So, this is MR Cultivator, and it is wanting to kick it off to the side quite dramatically. Which is interesting. I wonder why it's wanting to do that. Maybe it's got a bit too much downward pressure on the... Nah, it can't be. Because I'm actually having to... Well, you can see how much steering input I'm having to put in there. Something like GPS or courseplay would not cope with this one bit. Or is it because it's got the implement way too deep in the ground? I'm just going to let it steer itself and let's see what it does. It's okay going that way, but it really doesn't like going the opposite direction. I'm wondering if that's the rail train module. doing that. Because there's no wanting to steer at all out of those. Oh, I bet you it is. Because look at what way the furrows are going. The furrows are going left to right. So this is a field that we've not touched before. I would put money on that's what it is. No strike without the diff locks in. A lot of these crawler tractors just handle better with diff locks in. As you can clearly see this one does as well. So as a standard thing, I just always personally do it. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know whether it's the field or the tractor. It's all part and parcel of testing though. This is the first time I've worked it per se. And it's not a happy bunny going up some of these hills. Now this thing with the turbo is 180 horsepower, which is actually reasonable power for this thing. Definitely a good amount of power. That being said, with more power, make it pull through, I would have to say yes. The fact it doesn't really want to steer at all. No, I would hope it's not the front weight causing it. But it sure as heck doesn't seem happy. Interesting. And I know I'm running down the same road. What I'm testing here is... Well, I don't know if it's making it freak out like this. Because that's pretty insane. Now this is an MR, yet it's actually sliding backwards. It can't go up this hill. Interesting. Okay, I think we'll end up parking this and figuring it out off camera. Because there's no way this should be doing this. So what I was doing then is I was just seeing if the horsepower reading's correct, and it is down on power quite a bit, so I'm wondering if that has anything to do with it. So I'm gonna park this in a shed and possibly come back to a random field on here, even if it's been cultivated, possibly even if it's been seeded a bit. I just went save after to test it, because it just doesn't seem like it's got the guts. This may be one of these tractors where driving along it looks it's fantastic, but once you start working it, it poops itself. It was showing at 154 horsepower. It's supposed to have 180. And this cultivator, what does the cultivator take out of curiosity actually? Could have been the cultivator. 90 horsepower. So, I don't know. I'll conduct a few experiments later. That sucks. That really sucks. Anyway, it's not all we were doing today, obviously. Now we'll drive its predecessor that's got gobs of power. And honestly, we will probably be looking at upping the horsepower on that. Maybe, if we have to. This field also needs ploughing. There's a lot of fields that do actually need ploughing, which sucks. That one, do we have the John Deere plough around? This one's seeded? No, this one's cultivated, needs seeding, so we can bring the tractor down into here. And blip that on course play and carry on with this sprint. Where's the entrance? Jeez. And this needs to get... Actually, we're going to move the corn header. For any of you that doesn't remember, last time we went into the workshop to test some stuff, the corn header just got right in the way. Let's see if we can squeak on through there. And I'm thinking, I can't put it there. We'll put it through here. It's not something that's going to get used a lot. And just drop that there. Really need to find it if there's a front loader tool or a telehandler tool. There was an FS15 that you could put on stuff like that to lift headers and maneuver them around. Basically for the corn header. Predominantly is what I'd use it for. Just get the darn thing out of the way. Or to tuck it into a better spot. Alright, it's the combine away. We're pretty low on money too, I didn't realise. Oh yeah, we do have the ripper. And we've got the smaller plough, which I was hoping to use the fit on the small plough, but if it can't cope with that, good grief, it ain't going to do much. It really is not going to do much. We'll figure it out, like I say. I'll get to the bottom line of it. Stuff that I'm... don't hit that. Stuff I do like that tractor, then I usually put my mind to it and figure it out. And my first protocol will be basically saving the horsepower number and dumping horsepower into it and see what happens from there. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. It could be just that tractor needs the power to overcome the game. Could it be the ground response thing? Maybe. Will I get rid of ground response because of it? No, I'd rather put power into it to let it overcome that. Alright, course play, so I can continue spraying. As I really do not trust the sprayers to... Supposed to fail. Bypass islands. Hopefully it'll detect the tree. I don't think it will though. Headlands, we'll do 3. After, we'll check that out. I need to update courseplay. I think it's been updated fairly recently. Alright, and we want this field to be... let's do soybeans. Don't think we've got any soybeans planted. Where are they? Am I blind? I must be blind. Yes, I am. And no, we don't. So yeah, we've got wheat in that one. We had canola in 5 and 3. Oh no, we probably do. 5 and 3 is canola. 2 and 4. 4 will probably do canola. And then, oh yeah, 4 canola and probably 2 barley or something like that. Just to mix it up, so we'll do this in soybeans. And first waypoint. Drive on! Let's see how it does. Right into the tree. Actually, can we see if it bypassed the tree? No. Didn't. I think it has to be really big islands. Now, the latest version of MR really seems to have hurt the crawler tractors. Now, that Fiat was not crawler tractor before people say, that's your issue. No, it's not. So they'll let that do its thing. We'll be able to somewhat keep an eye on it because of, well, we're in this field. Back this up. Get spraying. There's going to be some sort of overlap. Now this horse sprayer out of the, obviously the horse DLC mod, whatever you want to call it. You're going to hear me refer to it as a DLC. It wasn't. It was an actual, basically a free mod, to be quite honest. It's probably one of the best sprayers we've got in game for UK styles of farming. It can be quite compact on the road, so you got easy maneuverability on the road and around the farmyards. It just suits the maps better, I find, personally. Each to their own, of course. There's definitely no Amazon Pantera, which was very sort of UK European style. Horsch is German, I believe, so I think Horsch is German, aren't they? That being said, if they were German, they probably wouldn't have their map or their testing where they do. So maybe they're not. Either way, I like this. That's the main thing. Does the person playing the game actually enjoy it? Answer to that is yes. Yes, they do. Now go around the tree. Pain in the butt, that is. And we're around. Tomorrow we'll be on West Coast, as per usual. I think we've got the animals and all that stuff to look after. Other than that, I can't remember what we're doing, actually. Oh, that's right, we've got to get the RX in on that huge field that we've just completed. That's going to take probably a few episodes for it to complete that. Just because how vast it is. But, that's part and parcel of that stuff. And as for the rest, basically it's looking after the animals. I'm in two minds whether to get animals on this map. I'm not sure. We may get sheep and just deal with sheep on the here. I don't know. Let me know your guys' opinion on that one. Of course, once I get permission to do Oakfield, as I was saying yesterday, from Auction David, because that's the only reason why I'm not doing stuff on it yet, is he's waiting, while he's working on a different version, and once that's good to go, we're good to go. From my understanding, I need to touch base with him and double check some stuff as well. I think I've already fertilized field 5. Field 3, however, I am not too sure. Field 3 has not been harvested. Well, it has been harvested. It's field we were just working, wasn't it? With the field, which was all messed up, so we need to get a tractor in there to sort that out. And then the Massey were planting that. Oh, ploughing that. So right now we'll put the sprayer to bed in the shed for the time being, because we won't be using that anytime soon. So that's shut down. Right, we'll go along and check out this other thing. Where is it? Seems to be doing okay. Oh yeah, money's going straight down. That's why I had the cheap money on. Because I don't know if it's Courseplay doing that, or what the deal is. I need to look into that. So I'll put the cheap money on just for that. I know some people don't like it, but hey, you the guys aren't playing the game. This we started to cultivate, so I guess we could just do a bit of these. So something I do want to talk about, and it took me kind of by surprise. I'm not surprised, but it did. And that is that Brian from CD Models has said he is not releasing anything until Giants fix their system, their rating system. Because there's people out there that will just downvote stuff maliciously, basically. And how do I feel on this? Well, it's going to be a very controversial topic. Bullet Bill has been on that Giants from the get-go pretty much to fix the issue. We all know Bullet Bill's pretty close with Giants, I think it's fair to say that. And they've still not fixed it. At the end of the day, you've got to think of it as a business thing for them. The modders like that system because they get paid. I'm all for them receiving a bit of cash, a bit of sort of stuff from Giants because of that. Not against that one bit. But at the same time, why would Giants fix their system, even though it's horrifically flawed, and I'm 100% with it. It is flawed. It's unfair. Because it doesn't take much more than a group of people, a small community, to go across and go, okay, Fred Bob over there, we don't like his stuff, he shouldn't get paid, let's all downvote his stuff and he'll never get paid again. So, mods have to be above 3 stars, I think, for modders to get a bit of cash from Giants. Are Giants, as a business, gonna sort that? Because the more downvotes people get, the less money they have to shell out, even though they do good work. Fred Bob may have the best mod out there since sliced bread. It could be the biggest game changer in the game, but because people don't like it, or don't like him as a person, they can downvote it, and he'll never see a dime. That's the thing. It's the same boat with YouTube right now, with the whole demonetization crap. Every content creator is getting affected. You could be a goody two-shoes. You could be YouTube's role model right now, and you're still getting affected by it. Are YouTube going to fix that system? Because they're making more money, because there's still ads being played at times on those videos, even though they're okay. It's not hurting their bottom line to the same degree that it is ours. Same thing with Giants, more so with Giants. Giants ain't losing out any money. The community's losing out. And we all know the biggest factor on the modders side of things is console. The console market's huge. That's why we've seen a few teams degrade their work. I'm not going to name names, but people know who I'm probably on about here. Degrade their work compared to what they used to do, so it's just easier for them to move stuff onto consoles. So they don't upload one for PC, one for console. We know it exists. Auction to David does it. Bullet Bill does it. I believe Brian, to a point, has done it as well himself. There's a few modders that have done it. Have uploaded 2 variations of a mod to the mod hub. I believe actually Black Sheep Modern have done it with their map. Is that a limitation because of Giants? I don't know. I can't speak for that. But that's my thought on it. I don't think it's fair for the community. At the end of the day, it's punishing the people that do like your work if you pull out. And if you're saying that, Giants ain't going to fix anything. Really. I'll be shocked if they do. They don't care. They just mean they don't have to pay you. Big whoop. Bottom line. Some people are going to agree with what I say. Some people are going to cause a stink in the comment section. I can see it now. But that's my feeling on it. And I find it hard to believe Giants will actually give a crap enough to say, okay, yeah, we're going to fix it. As I've said, and I'll say it again so people don't twist my words, I completely agree with what CD Modders is trying to do. Because the system is flawed. It has been from day one. It shouldn't be like that. It should be per download basis, to be quite honest. So the community has no damn say in how much you get paid. And it's wrong. It really is wrong. People vote with the downloads. It's just like YouTube. If people don't want us to get money in the first place, don't watch our stuff. Because you watch our stuff, you get ads, yeah. You don't want that person to get a single dime of your money from your download? Don't download it. Plain and damn simple. It shouldn't be down to a rating system. It really shouldn't. But that's a simple fix. Just go off for downloads. And some of these guys that get huge killer downloads, it's because their map's highly anticipated. Because their mod's highly anticipated. I guarantee Black Sheep with his latest map probably has got killer downloads. The map is flawed in some areas, yes. But it's a pretty darn looking good map, to be honest. But it is flawed. So, I don't know, let me know your guys' opinion. Do you agree with me for the most part in saying what I said? And would you agree the fact of just get rid of the rating system, as that is the core value of whether people get money from Giants, and just make it download basis? Because really, right now, that rating system is like a switch. Is it above 3 whatever stars, do they get paid? Yes. Is it below? They don't get paid. But it still goes off a download on how much they get paid. That's the messed up thing. Their rating system, they could have 1 billion downloads right now. And if it's above the rating system for them to get paid, they'll get paid. If it's below it, they won't get paid. But they've still got 1 billion downloads. How flawed is it? It is so flawed. But will Giants fix it? I don't think they will. I really don't think they will. They weren't ready for the whole doing this in this version of the game. They really weren't. I think they've said it themselves in to different people that FS17 for console mods, and I'm not saying consoles are the issue by any shape or form, they're not. They've said themselves they weren't ready for it. They didn't have any tools for the modders to fix stuff, test stuff, do anything like that for consoles. It's basically a case of, you got to upload it for Giants and wait for their QR team to fail it. Because typically, if you look at the amount of mods that are probably failing, that are going on consoles, it's the first time pass rate to go on consoles is probably pretty damn low. There's always issues on consoles, no matter how good you are, because the content creator that's making the mods can't test it for consoles. They can test it for PC. It can be perfect. I know of cases where stuff has been perfect for PC, goes on console. West Coast was one of them. Worked fine on PC, absolutely no issues at all, no errors, no nothing. Crapped itself as soon as it touched a console. So messed up. Hopefully it'll get better in the future. It's a shame to see Brian make that decision. I don't think it's going to help. It's just punishing the people that are like his stuff and do rate it, to be quite honest, and I don't know. I'll stick to my guns on that one, to be quite honest. I don't agree with it by any means. But I do agree with what he's trying to do. Definitely a controversial topic, I think. I'll probably spark a few people in the comment section. But hey, that's what we're all about. We'll openly talk about stuff like that over here. I'm not going to sweep it underneath a rug and pretend it doesn't matter, because it does. This is a community. It's community news. I think Bill shared the post. I'll double check the post myself. It's just glimpses I've got from it. So I'm not saying he said this, he said that, he said that. I'm not going to, because I've not seen it myself. I've not read it. But I'll have a read. I'll see what I think, and if I remember, don't quote me on this, I'll link it in the comment section down below. But he does do amazing work, so it'd be a big, big shame. Especially for the Irish and English community. Right now, he is the new NI Modern. NI Modern, I believe, have disbanded completely now too, which is a shame. Peter J's doing his thing. I'm glad he's continuing. He's still obviously got the passion for the game. I can get behind why NI Modern no longer wants pretty much anything to do with the game. For any of you that don't know, they were a family modern team, excluding Peter J, I believe, and their brother passed away, which was a key factor in that team. So not only did they lose a friend, a part of the team, they lost a damn family member that was close to them that they probably saw every damn day. And then going back into the game, opening up GE, probably brought back all the happy memories. But could they bear to work on stuff like that? No. It would have been nice to see one final hurrah from them saying, this is our last mod, this is for him. I forget his name now. I want to say it was Henley or something like that. I should know, but one final hurrah, this is for him kind of thing, to celebrate him and the team, and then say, this is it, we're done. But they've got to do what they've got to do. Peter J is kind of bringing on the whole legacy, I guess you want to say, of NI Modern. They were a bloody good team back in the day. They're an absolute fantastic team. Any of you guys that have just come into Farm Sim and not experienced their work, it was phenomenal. They did a lot for the community. A lot of the buildings people are still using are NI Modern. And you look at, I would probably say a good, let's be fair, 60%, 65% of the English maps out there are still using NI Modern's buildings. That being said, the modern game, the way the game does, the graphical tweaks and all of that stuff, their buildings aren't very good now. Just due to the game advancing, they do have issues and stuff like that. That's why Auction David has had to go make his own. That's why you'll see so many of the other people out there going into Blender, learning Blender and fixing, not fixing, but making their own buildings now. So it's FS17 spec, and there's a lot changed in the game since they were in the game, to be quite honest. It's crazy. And the game has really advanced at a dramatic rate. It's crazy of, well, we would never get furrows. I'm going across the furrows the wrong way, but hey, it's not a real game. It's not real life. That look 3D like this, without them being 3D. Even the cultivator's slow. Look how that looks 3D. Well, it's not. That's just graphical trickery. It's amazing what they've done. I still think the game engine needs to be updated. I believe it is using a form of Unity. The latest version of Unity is absolutely killer by the looks of it, from the games I've experienced. So I'll probably do one more pass, go up the field, see what the heck the matter is with the MT. Actually, we'll do that once we get to the bottom of this. And get that rolling. And then we'll probably call it a video. And go over and jump over to the West Coast. But I want to know your guys' opinions down in the bottom. 100%. I'll just re-go over it. I'm not calling people out. I'm not saying or bad-mouthing CD models by any means. And I'd consider us pretty, not really close, but friends. The fact we get stuff and all that. See where he's coming from. Do I agree with it? Not one bit, because it's punishing the community when the community doesn't deserve it. For the most part, the people that support his work don't deserve it. But that's my final say on that one. I think I've covered it more than enough. And no, it is still going to run into the darn tree. I'll update courseplay and see if that fixes it, but I don't think it's going to. Alright, we'll just stop that there. And this is almost finished, so I'll probably let it finish off camera. And, well, face it, awesome work by Brian like this. It's got its issues. But he's a wizard. He is a wizard. Until next time, guys, I hope you have enjoyed. I need to get a thumbnail. And we will see you on the flip side tomorrow for West Coast. And I also need to have a poke around in the XMLs for the courseplay in this map. It's a little funky. Oh, catch you later. Like I said, put your comments down below. I'm really interested to see them. See ya.